So do you also want to generate AI-based market research reports? Then this video is definitely for you. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect, and in this video we are going to understand how to automate AI-based market research reports in Google Sheets. So like you, I also used to manually generate all the market research reports, but this is such a time-consuming and an error-prone task. So to solve this problem, I've simply created this amazing automation where what is going to happen is that as soon as I add the details into my Google Sheets, automatically my AI agent is going to generate me the report, which we can further add back into our spreadsheet. So to do this, we are simply going to create a connection between Google Sheets, my AI agent, which is OpenAI, and Google Sheets. And to create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So if you also want to create this amazing automation for your own business, then for that you have to come with me towards my screen.
Welcome to my screen. So in this video, I'll show you how to automate the creation of market research reports using AI and Google Sheets. So by integrating AI agents, you can automatically analyze data, generate insights, and compile comprehensive reports, all updated in real time within your spreadsheet. This workflow saves you hours of manual research and reportings, letting you focus on strategy and decision making. So let's dive in and build this powerful market research automation together. So to get started, I'm simply going to enter the startup name and the niche right over here. And now my AI agent is going to generate me the market overview, key trends, top competitors, keyword opportunities, and user pain points. We just have to wait for a few seconds, and as you can see that my AI agent has generated me all of these details within seconds and in real time, that too without any manual efforts. Over here you can see the market overview generated, you can see the key trends, you can see the top competitors, the opportunities, and the user pain points. So yes, these details have been generated in real time within second as soon as I entered the startup name and the niche. So yes, this is no magic, this is the power of automation which we are just going to create in today's video. And if you also want to create this amazing automation for your own business, then for that you have to watch this tutorial till the end. So to do this, we are simply going to open a new tab, and I'm just going to look for the landing page of Pabbly Connect simply by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. And now it is going to open the landing page of Pabbly Connect, and over here we are just going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on this sign up for free and you're going to get 100 of tasks free every month to explore the application. But over here I am an existing user, so I'm simply going to click on this button which says sign in, and once I'm just going to click on this sign in, it is opening all Pabbly apps, and over here you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm simply going to click on this access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connects account, and once I'm just going to click on this access now, it is going to open the dashboard of my Pabbly Connects account. And over here to get started with the automation, I'm simply going to click on this button which says create workflow, and now it is asking me for the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So over here on my dashboard you can see multiple folders which I have already created, in which I save my workflows. So if you also want to create your own folder, you can go towards this create folder button and create your own. I have already created many, so I'm just going to save my workflow in one of these only, which is automations. And now it is asking me for the workflow name, so I'm simply going to enter my workflow name as this: automate AI based market research reports in Google Sheets. And then we are simply going to click on this button which says create, and once I'm just going to click on this create, it is going to open the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger and actions are the two main principles on which our workflow is going to run. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the actions are response towards the commands given by a trigger, and that's the particular reason that we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of a trigger in a particular workflow. And to get started, I'm simply going to select my trigger application. So for my trigger application, I'm simply going to select it as Google Sheets. And now for the trigger event, I'm simply going to select my trigger event, which is new or updated spreadsheet row. And now it is giving me a webhook URL. So we are simply going to use this webhook URL in order to create a connection between our Google Sheets and our Pabbly Connects workflow. So what I'm just going to do is I'm simply going to copy this webhook URL example, and then we are simply going to follow the help text, and it is saying log in into your single Google Sheets account. So I'm simply going to open my Sheets, with the help of which I'm just going to create this connection. We have to go towards this extensions, add-ons, and then towards this get add-ons. And over here we have to add an extension in the spreadsheet, which is Pabbly Connect Webhooks. So I'm simply going to search for Pabbly Connect Webhooks right over here, and as you can see the same, so we are simply going to select it. And over here you can see that I have already installed this extension. So that's the reason that it is giving me the option of uninstall. But if you haven't installed this, you can definitely install it right from here. And once you're just going to install this extension, you have to refresh your spreadsheet. So it's really important to refresh your spreadsheet, otherwise you'll not be able to get the option of Pabbly Connect Webhooks right over here in your extensions tab. And after getting this Pabbly Connect Webhooks option, we simply have to go towards this Pabbly Connect Webhooks and then towards initial setup. And now I'm just going to paste the webhook URL which we copied from our workflow, and now I'm just going to simply select my trigger column, which is B. So the trigger column will be your final data column, on which if the data is added, the whole of that row will be sent towards your webhook URL. You have to enter your trigger column according to your own spreadsheet. And after doing this, I'm simply going to click on this button which says submit, and with this we have successfully created a connection between our Google Sheets and our Pabbly Connects workflow. And now what we're just going to do is I'm just going to open my spreadsheet, and over here it is saying waiting for a webhook response, and in the notes it is saying do a test submission / record. So in order to capture this webhook response, we have to do a test submission or record. So what we have to do is I'm just going to open my spreadsheet. From here I'm just going to do another test submission, but for that I'm just going to go towards this extensions Pabbly Connect Webhooks, and we are simply going to switch on this button first, which is send on event. So it is really important to switch on this button, because upon switching on this button, now whenever a new event is going to occur in this spreadsheet, automatically the details will be sent towards my webhook URL. And now I'm just going to do the test submission. For that I'm just going to enter the startup name right over here, and then I'm just going to enter the niche too right over here. And once I'm just going to enter both of these details, with this we have successfully did the test submission, and now the details have been sent towards my webhook URL. And as you can see that Pabbly has captured the response for the same, and with this we have successfully completed our trigger step. And now whenever I'm just going to add the startup name and the niche, automatically this workflow is going to get triggered. Now I want to automate AI based market research reports in Google Sheets. So for that I'm just going to select my AI agent, which is OpenAI. So I'm just going to search for OpenAI right over here and select it. And now for the action event, I'm simply going to select it as ChatGPT and click on this connect. Now it is asking me to add a new connection or select an existing connection. So if you have already connected your OpenAI account with your Pabbly Connects workflow, you can simply click on this select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection, and now it is asking me for the token. And to get this token, we are simply going to follow the help text, and it is saying kindly visit your OpenAI API key page to get the API key that you need to enter here. So I'm simply going to go towards my OpenAI API key page to get the API key. And after coming over here towards this OpenAI API key page, I'm simply going to click on this button which says create secret key. And once I'm just going to click on this create secret key button, over here I'm just going to give the key my name, which is AI based market research. Select the project and click on this create secret key button. And now my key has been generated. So I'm simply going to copy this key, and then we are simply going to paste this key right over here in our workflow. And now I'm simply going to click on this button which says save. And with this, we have successfully connected our OpenAI account with our Pabbly Connects workflow. And now it's asking me to select the AI model. So I'm simply going to select my AI model as GPT-4. You can select any another of your choice. And now it is asking me for the prompt. So I'm simply going to enter my prompt right over here. So as you can see that I've successfully entered my prompt. And now I'm just going to add the input details right over here so that it can generate me the details which I want using the same input details. So I'm simply going to enter the startup name and the niche right over here. But we are not going to enter it manually, but instead we are just going to map it. So you must be wondering what is mapping. So mapping is a method by Pabbly, which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected Google Sheets as our trigger application. So we are simply going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only. And then we are simply going to map the niche to like we mapped the startup name. And after doing all of this, I'm simply going to click on this save and send test request. And now my AI agent is going to generate me all the details using the startup name and the niche. And further, we are just going to add the AI generated details into our Google Sheets. So we are just going to wait for a few seconds till my AI agent generates me the market overview, key trends, top competitors, keyword opportunities. So as you can see that my AI agent has successfully generated me all the the details. And now I'm just going to add all of these details into my Google Sheets. For that, I'm just going to add another action step. Now for the action application, I'm simply going to select it as Google Sheets. But this time for the action event, I'm simply going to select it as update row and click on this connect. Now it is asking me to add a new connection or select an existing connection. So if you have already connected your Google Sheets account with your Pabbly Connect's workflow, you can simply click on this select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection, and now we have to click on this blue button which says sign in with Google. And once I'm just going to click on this blue button, Pabbly is asking me to select my Gmail account, with the help of which I'm just going to connect my Google Sheets. So I'm simply going to select my Gmail account right over here, and once I'm just going to select my Gmail account, Pabbly is asking me for some permission. So I'm simply going to click on this allow and give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for, because my data is secure with Pabbly. And with this, we have successfully connected our Google Sheets account with our Pabbly Connect's workflow. And now it is asking me to select the spreadsheet. So I'm simply going to select my spreadsheet right over here. And after selecting the spreadsheet, it is going to ask me to select the sheet. So I'm simply going to select the sheet 2, and now it is asking me for the row index. So I'm simply going to map the row index to right over here and move on further. Now it is asking me for all of these details. So one by one, I'm just going to map all of these details. Alright, so one by one, I'm just going to map all of these details, excluding this startup name and the niche because these are already filled. I'm simply going to map the market overview, which my AI agent generated. I'm just going to map the key trends, which my AI agent generated. I'm simply going to map the top competitors, which my AI agent generated. And then I'm just going to map the rest of the two details to one by one. So yes, you can simply map these details from the response of your OpenAI and click on this blue button which says save and send as request. And with this, we have successfully received the positive response that we have added these details into our Google Sheets. So I'm simply going to open my Google Sheets, and over here I'm just going to check that if the details have been added. And yes, you can see the details have been added. So yes, with this, we have successfully completed our workflow. And now whenever I'm just going to add the startup name and the niche in this Google Sheet, automatically my AI agent is going to generate the AI based market research, and then further we are just going to add that report back again into our Google Sheets. All of this is going to happen in backend. We don't have to come back in again to our workflow to click on save and send test request. And yes, now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect. And while trying, if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. See you in the next video with many more automation tips, everyone. Thank you for watching.
So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can connect many more applications. So now if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this URL. And now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect.